Hi, everyone. I'm Kathy Bartoli from the IntimacyDojo.com here with Betty Martin from BettyMartin.org, and we're delighted to have her. She has vast experience and really great insights. So in the previous video, we talked about being done to. Now we're going to talk about taking.
Yeah. So in the context of several of these videos, what we're talking about is taking turns so that one person's giving and one person's receiving. That's kind of the theme. So if you are in the done to half of this equation, then we talked about, making sure that you say what you want and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about the doing to part of it, or the person who's taking the action. So if I'm going to touch you, there's a couple of things I need to be very, very clear on. One is, am I doing it for you, or am I doing it for me?
Okay.
And both of those are very good reasons.
Yes.
We have this sort of idea culturally that, well, it's got to be for you, because if I'm touching you for me, that's terrible, it's selfish, and we would never do that. But that's not actually true. It's actually a very deep human primate need to touch people. We like to touch people. It's satisfying to touch people.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So our hands, my hands get warm just talking about it.
Yeah. Well, I'd heard part of one of your interviews and tried this with a partner, and apparently that was that was very erotic to him, that I was just touching him for myself. It was some of the best sex we'd had ever.
Fabulous. It's true. It has a different kind of juice to it.
Yeah.
So if you're the one doing the touching, you want to be clear whether you're doing it for them or whether you're doing it for yourself. And both of those are wonderful ways to go. And how do you find out? And how do you communicate that? It's very simple. You ask.
Yeah.
You either ask, how would you like me to touch you? In which case, obviously, it's for them, because you want to know what they want, right?
Yes.
Or you say, may I touch you in this way? May I play with your hair? Can I slip my hand down your shirt? Can I bite your toes? May I play with your butt? Whatever. And
whatever your hands and body
whatever your hands are, itching to do. And it doesn't have to be, I've made them all sound kind of sexy, but it doesn't have to be at all. Sometimes it's very comforting just to hold on to someone who's dear to you. It's nourishing and comforting, and so it may be very sensual, it may be playful, it may be sexy, it may be totally silly, So if there's some way that you would like to touch someone, what I like to say is, in order to touch someone, you don't have to give. What you do have to do is ask permission.
Right. So you can actually take, and for people that are tuned into energy, that might be that you're not giving energy, but you're pulling it from that person with their permission, or moving it with their permission.
And the ability to, basically, this is feeling up a person. We have this concept, but it usually has very negative connotations.
Yeah.
That's a misconception, or it's a misunderstanding about it. Mm-hmm. But it's basically, I like the way your legs feel. I feel your legs. I like the way your hair feels. That's the kind of, I call that particular mode taking. Yeah. Not because you're taking something away, and not because you're stealing, because you aren't. It's really a gift. If I say, Kathy, may I play with your hair? And you say yes.
I like my hair played with. So
What's that?
I like my hair played with.
Oh, terrific. So if I say, Kathy, may I play with your hair? And you say yes, it's a gift that you're giving me.
Yeah.
And
the allowing.
So, and so you're allowing me to play with your hair, and I'm taking. It's still a gift for me. It's given with a full heart, but It's as if I have to reach out to pick it up, like picking an apple off a tree or picking an armful of flowers. I'm taking action to sort of collect this gift that you're giving me, which is you.
That makes a lot of sense. That's great.
Yeah.
When someone's first trying this out, one thing I did, just kind of experimenting, and it was really kind of fun, I talked about it with my partner first, and then we would just alternate. Like, I would be touching him, and I would alternate between giving and taking. And it was really interesting for both of us to notice the different sensations and energies about it.
Very fun. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
You are so welcome. Have fun.
Leave comments. Yeah. Have fun experimenting with this and let us know what you think. What are your questions? Leave comments below. Thanks very much, Betty.